Welcome in, everybody, to the Loud and Drunk podcast. I'm producer Dan, and before we start tonight's discussion, I want to remind you to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss a single second, and also find us on social media at Loud and Drunk at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And now I would like to introduce everybody. We have Moses. He was choking a little bit before, so he might not be able to communicate. How we doing, Moses?
I am a meat popsicle.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Right, what do you say to that?
And we have Justin, sir.
I'm here once again, and this is also going to be a chaotic shit show. So strap in, boys and girls.
And also we have...
My name is Bo Barnett, and it's delightful to be here. I'm very glad that you survived that, Moses. That was...
Thank you, Lash LaRue.
Thank you. It was almost reckless for a moment, if that's the word.
Oh, that's how I cough.
Okay. Well, I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah, caution to the wind.
Yeah, there we are.
All right, so let's get this party started, shall we, fellas? Last week, we had a discussion about, the nipple being freed on Instagram and Facebook.
Yes.
And this week, we have a different type of story, don't we, Bo?
Yes, indeed we do. I'm a little uncomfortable leading off with it. But anyways, yeah, so I went to go and get a consultation on getting a vasectomy, which was quite delightful, actually.
Is that embarrassing?
I don't know that it was, to be completely honest. It was
a sensitive matter.
So yeah. So I don't. Well, what, like discussing it?
No, just like you're just having it, like being the topic of discussion. Your genitals.
Oh no, I don't give a shit. We talk about my genitals all the time. You and I.
You guys especially do.
Well,
Yeah, there's a lot of touching involved.
You don't like me touching there, so I just thought.
Actually, I think it's just the opposite. If anything, it was you who didn't like
Oh
me
well,
touching
let's
you.
move these mics closer.
No,
How are your balls
I'm
feeling?
still, for the time being, staying
Give
in the
you a
middle of
baby
you guys.
tag.
You prude.
As dangerous as it might be for myself. But please, Bo.
No, that's
Continue.
fine. Moses, are your balls feeling okay enough now that we can have this conversation?
Oh, they are right as the rain.
Yeah, you're feeling a little bit better? I know you were sobbing a bit.
Yeah, because I was depressed for you.
Yeah, is that all it was?
Yeah, well, look at you.
Can I talk about my doctor now?
Oh, talk about your doctor.
Oh, that's delightful. Thank you so much.
Is it a real doctor?
It's a real
back
doctor.
alley thing, but, you know.
Are you sure it wasn't me?
Oh my God! So, anyways, yeah. So I wandered my way on into the general, I don't know, whatever it is, fucking like the waiting room.
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
You go through the whole regular rigmarole.
This all sounds
And
legitimate.
then I waited in the exam room for it must have been fucking legit, 35 minutes or so.
Oh, I've been there.
If it wasn't
And
minutes,
I was
it
like,
years.
I ran out of things to do in there.
Yep.
I actually stole a lot of their literature. I just put it in my pocket.
you might as well.
It was
It's there.
stuff that you weren't supposed to take, I guess. But I brought it to make fun of other people, and that didn't work out.
They can afford it.
Yeah, exactly. They're making a lot of money. These urologists. Oh my God. We want to talk about the injustice of society.
Yeah.
My God, urologists.
All that literature's from the 80s.
It actually did look that way.
Yeah,
That's
very
not
much so.
wrong.
I'm sure. of it.
So, anyways, I did all that. I dicked around in there. I took a couple of photos of the paintings that they had in there. Which were
How
weird.
were the paintings?
Rembrandts, I'm sure.
They were like, I mean, how were the paintings?
Was it better or worse than your generic hotel room?
No, it was about the same. I was going to say,
Yeah.
hotel
Was it
paintings.
the same?
Yeah. It was about the same. Yeah, it was like 2 in each exam room. And you're in
I'm
what,
sure
a
it's the
high
same
temp?
And
purveyor.
it was like a picture, but it really wasn't a picture.
I mean, it was a
just
painting. Yeah.
Well,
it
somebody
was what
painted
it was.
it with paints, but
Well,
that's
regardless, that's what was there.
We're here to talk about your nuts.
Yeah, all right. So anyways, flash forward to my nuts.
Yeah.
The guy fucking bursts open the fucking door, right? The door flies open.
My
I've been in
favorite
there-
type of
I've been in
doctor.
there for 35 minutes. So I was legitimately thinking I might walk out of this room and be
Right.
like, I have to go.
Yeah.
I really do have other places to be, shockingly. And so the door fucking flies open and the guy goes, I had to leave you waiting. He goes, no kids? None?
Oh.
And I was just like,
boy.
nope, none. And he's a tall guy. He's got 6 inches on me.
Yeah.
You know, in a literal height sense. And
Oh, you didn't whip him
before
out
we
to
get
compare?
to that joke, Moses. Yeah.
Oh, he didn't whip out his dick too?
No, yeah, he wanted to, but it wasn't quite there, you know. And so, anyways,
poor
yeah.
him.
Then we had a delightful because I was already standing, so we had the whole conversation standing up, which was a little
Is that
weird.
a euphemism?
I don't know.
Like, were you
I don't know.
standing?
I don't know.
Or
if it was
were
a
you at
euphemism.
attention?
He was clearly at the place where he works every day,
Right.
So he was very comfortable, and I was talking about my balls with a stranger. So I mean, make of that what you will.
He's
I don't know
doing
what
his
to
set,
say.
but he's a regular at the Chuckle Hut. where you're just like coming on stage as a newbie.
What the fuck is the?
He's
the
judging your
chocolate?
set.
Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving.
All right. Anyways, yes. And then we basically talked about my balls for a while
Yeah.
and whether you want to have kids or not, and we, got past those things
Right.
because I don't, and more or less flash forward to the actual procedure, which I was quite shocked to learn they don't do using a scalpel or anything like that.
I heard
They've
it's a scalpel-less
apparently
thing,
They
though.
have some sort of like forceps that they use to I guess
Yeah, they go through the
dive into your
urethra.
nuts. No, that's not how that works. They just they have I guess it's forceps that are sharp. I don't fucking know how it
This
works.
sounds worse than the scalpel.
sounds
I don't know
amazing.
how it works because my
Okay.
questions were somewhat limited.
Yes.
because I was obviously in a situation that I was uncomfortable with. So, anyways, they go into your balls.
Yes.
And they pull out the one thing.
Yes.
The vas deferens or whatever
Yep.
it's called.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
How do they
pull
get
your-
into your balls?
I just said how
With
they
the
do it.
magic cutting forceps.
Oh, it
magic
just
forceps,
magically
yeah.
goes through.
Grab on and splits your nuts apart.
Wow,
Yeah, they've split your
so
nuts
this is all
open.
done on the outside.
Yeah, you shave your balls before you get in.
I shave
Yes,
my balls
yeah.
every day.
Oh, well, then you're good. So you shave your balls like every other day, and then you go in there, and this magic man pulls your balls back, I guess. I don't know where they do the fucking
Is he a
incision.
doctor or is he a magic man? Because those are two different.
This was behind a porno theater, as I already told you. So I don't know what your questions are about, but anyways.
Oh, do
Yeah.
they
He
have-
seemed like a professional, beautiful blue eyes, so he's
Oh,
obviously
of course,
a professional.
of course. Captivating.
Blue eyes are
Anyways, they
trusty.
go into your balls, and their magic forceps pry apart the skin so that they can reach your fucking parts.
Yes. Yeah.
And then they pull those two tubes where your fucking
Yes.
cum comes out of.
yeah. Yeah.
Are we just being plain about it?
Yeah,
Your
no,
cum
100%.
comes out of two
Yeah,
tubes.
yep.
And they pull those tubes out and he cauterizes them.
Yep.
And they just use a local anesthetic
Yes.
for that. Lidocaine.
Yep.
It was I asked him, I was straight up, I was like, am I gonna feel this? It's that's really what I care about. I was my balls are sensitive. I
Yeah.
don't need to tell you, you're a guy.
Yeah.
I was so my balls feel pain.
Yeah.
And I don't want to feel pain in my balls.
Yeah.
And I don't really want you touching them.
I sneeze, my balls hurt sometimes.
Exactly, yeah. And he's like, you won't feel a thing because of the lidocaine. As long as you're not allergic, then you're good. And I'm like, cool. And he said to me, he was like, listen, I had this done. So I tell all my patients, I had this done. He goes, if I had to have it done again, I would do it to myself. I
Oh.
was like, wow, that's a baller move, no pun intended.
Right,
It's actually pretty ballsy to fucking do your own fucking.
I already told the fucking ball
thing.
joke.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
But regardless, he was like, it's such a simple procedure that I could do it to myself. I wanted to ask, with a mirror, how does it work, But I didn't because I was so out of my element
Yes,
that
yeah,
I
yeah.
was just like, whatever.
Yeah.
But he was like, it's a super simple procedure. So he was like, you can do it with just a local anesthetic. That said, 10% of people choose to get the general anesthetic done. So they're just knocked out.
Oh, that's an option. Still.
Yeah, that's an
Okay.
option.
Yeah,
He was like,
yeah.
it's 2 doors down.
Right.
It's literally it's in the room next to this one. He's like, you can just do it there if that's what you want.
Right.
He was like, but you have to get the blood test.
Right,
and,
right.
this,
Yeah,
that,
they gotta
the
make
other.
sure you're-
So it's like, I don't really want to do all that hoopla for it. But at the same time, I was like, I don't know if I'm
Can I not
comfortable.
watch you rip my nuts open?
Yeah. And he was straight up. He was like, listen, he was like, I get all different types in here. And he's like, some people, he's like, they don't want to do that. They go over to the next room.
Right.
And they're unconscious for it. He goes, I've got other people who don't want me to talk while they're doing it. He's like, I did this for my brother.
Well,
I
that's
was like,
that's
that was
a
the
little
whole
weird.
story, right?
I don't even.
And
think
he was
that's-
like, my brother specifically told me, do not speak while you're touching my balls. And I was like, and I'm just nodding quietly. I kind of get that. If I had, if somebody had to cut my balls open, I would want it to be if you guys were
friend
trained.
or somebody I know.
that I fucking trust. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want you guys touching
No,
my balls.
I always want that level of separation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if one of you guys ever had to touch my balls, I would absolutely
No
say to you,
conversation,
I don't
no
want
eye
you to talk
contact.
to me about what? About what are we doing on the podcast later on? Oh, bite your lip, while I'm touching your balls,
Here,
And
bite
I-
this belt.
And I will say that it made me feel a little bit better about him as a person.
Right.
Where there was because I had multiple awkward pauses.
Sure,
when we're
100%.
filming this, and there was multiple awkward pauses, and he paused for a moment. He was like, "Listen, I get it. It's weird. Nobody wants another man touching their balls. It's like, I've got a wife. I get it. It's a weird thing." And I was just like, "Yes, it is very weird." And he's
Yeah.
like,
What's his
"But-"
name?
Oh.
Well. Yeah, we'll get in there if you want to after hours, a little bit.
It's late
Anyways,
already.
that was the gist of it. So it was just a consultation.
Right.
And he was like, it's a super fucking basic thing. Getting back to the procedure itself, he's like, I pull these two little tubes out. They come out of the same hole.
Yep.
And then I like cauterize them.
Yep.
And then no more babies.
Yeah.
And he goes, there's a 1 out of 2,000 chance that you start spitting out kids again.
Like,
at a
well,
later-
you have to like
let's
come
think
back.
about
those
those
odds are pretty
odds.
good. Yeah.
Those odds, that's
Those
not
odds
a
are
great
good.
odds.
Yeah.
I know you have to come back and kind of like give samples to make sure.
You got to
like,
give
nothing-
samples. Yeah, you got to bust a nut in like a
Yeah.
cup like 30 to 50 times.
Yeah.
Before they tell you like you ain't shooting no shit.
Yeah.
All right,
Now,
so
this-
next Saturday, what are you doing?
I don't know. Why? You want to get down?
Yeah.
Okay. That was a quick yeah, but all right.
Oh, I felt
So-
that stare.
This is the part that I found very enjoyable about it though. It's that there's
What
like
part?
14 fucking pages of paperwork, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I fill out all that fucking paperwork. And I get in there, and they give you a bunch of warnings. They're like,
right.
make sure your paperwork's filled out before you get here, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So I've been to like the dentist before, which is the same
Yeah.
thing. I'm like, make sure you get here early, and
Yeah,
it's always
yeah.
a waste of time. So, anyways, I get there early because I'm courteous, and I got all the paperwork, the 14 pages, and the lady's like super rude to me, and she's just like, "Do you have it?" And she's like, "Come over here then to the second window." I'm like, "Okay."
Okay, yeah.
I'm like, I'm so out of my element, or I'm
Right.
just like, I'm here like for a man to look at my balls.
I've done
So it's
everything
like-
right, and the guy's gonna
Like,
look
can
at
you
my
not
nuts,
yell? I feel so
and
vulnerable.
I'm having a weird morning.
Yeah. And yeah, it's like 9 a.m. I'm not even
Yeah.
fucking awake yet. So, anyways, we get all the way over there, and she was like, you didn't fill out all your paperwork. And I'm like, well, I think I did.
Yeah.
I was pretty thorough. And she's like, you didn't fill out this page. Could you please fill it out? And I'm giving you the nice version.
Right.
And she gives me the page, and I remember the exact one. It's all about erectile dysfunction.
Oh, right.
And I wanted to say to her, I didn't say this, but I was so feeling it. But like the whole page, it's like it's pretty short. It's like 6 or 7 questions.
Right.
And it was all about like, can you get it up?
Oh, sure.
And I said to her, I was like, I didn't think this page applied to me. And she was like, all of the pages apply to you. That's why we gave them to you. And I'm like, okay, bitch. So anyways, so I go back down because I read them the first time, right?
Yep.
But I go back down the questions, and it's like the first question is like on a scale of whatever, 1 to 3, like, can you get your dick hard?
Right.
3 is like the max.
Right.
And I'm like, 3. And then the next one's like, does your dick stay hard when you're banging? I'm like, 3. And then like, when you're banging, does it stay hard all the way through?
Right.
I'm like, 3.
Yeah.
And then it's like, when you get to the end, do you bust a nut? Like technical terms here. I'm sorry if I can explain it.
No,
Like,
this is a
it's like
great
3.
fucking-
3, yeah. I
This
absolutely
is
come
a
inside
great
of it.
worksheet that
Dude, I'm busting threes all the time.
And then it's like a few more questions that are all along the same lines. And I want to say to her so bad, I was like, why the fuck would I be here for a fucking vasectomy if I wasn't
dick's
busting
working.
nuts inside of fucking girls?
Just in
that's
case
the whole
that one
fucking
slips
point.
through.
That's the whole fucking thing. If my dick wasn't getting up and I couldn't fucking come,
Yeah.
I wouldn't goddamn be
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
My problems would have been solved for me by my own inadequacies. I'm here because these are not the problems I have.
Right.
That said, I filled out her stupid fucking paper. And yeah, that's basically my story. So now I have to wait for them to call me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because they give you all these options for how
Yeah.
you want to get it done.
Right,
So
right,
I have to wait for them to call me, and they're like, "So, what did you think of what he said?" And then I have to like be like, "Oh, well, I thought about it, and I still want to like
Right,
come
yeah.
inside of bitches, but I don't want no kids."
Right.
And so I still want him to. I want this man to hold my nuts and like snip them.
Yeah.
And so when I get that call, I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, I guess I'll be conscious." Because I don't want to do the rest of that, and I'm just gonna have a conversation with this guy. Now I'm thinking about that. He put
Right.
that in my head. It's like I didn't know that like that was a thing, where it's like I could just be like, "Oh, be quiet," because it didn't cross my mind. But,
All right. So I've actually a couple years ago I watched a video of this being done.
Yeah.
There's like this podcast I listened to, actually like watched on YouTube, and they went and had it done together, which was also very weird.
That's weird too.
But yeah, they like just the local.
Yeah.
In the nuts.
That's the normal way, apparently.
Guy, like, you should shave yourself, but like, you
He
gotta
told me
be-
that straight up. He was
Yeah,
like, "Show
yeah,
up and shave
yeah,
nuts."
yeah.
I'm like, "Cool."
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
I mostly do that, so whatever.
hilarious.
girl happy.
He's like, all right, then I got to take your dick and tape it to your stomach.
Nice.
So it's out of my way.
Yeah.
And then it was something close to like, wait, but yeah, one way or another, an incision is made in your nuts. And then it goes in there, fishes around for the tubes.
Yeah, right.
And then
yeah.
it's like a cauterizing snip
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
And then, that's supposed to work. But the amazing thing is like that, because like you do. It is part of it. You have to go back and give samples to make sure it is successful.
Yeah. So what do you do? Like bust a nut?
If you fully
same as donating
separate
sperm.
my tubes,
Yeah.
like cauterize them shut, what is leading to the fact that that's not a finite, like a final fucking thing?
That is
Right,
a
yeah,
good question.
yeah.
Like,
'Cause that's what he was saying.
Why would they just reconnect at some point?
Well, no. What this
Yeah.
doc said to me was that they put a little piece of like whatever, like surgical paper, I guess. I don't know.
Oh
how to
yeah,
describe it.
yeah, probably like
Like
a
some
mesh
sort
type
of
thing that they use
stent
to
They
or
put something in
something?
between the two because the way that he described it,
Oh, I
he
guess
was
maybe they're not
your
just supposed to,
body
like-
absolutely will heal itself.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
like 2 tubes in there. They only have so many places to go, so they're still pretty
Well,
close
there's
to
only
each other.
like so many places you can go to stop that.
Well, yeah, exactly. They're still in the same place.
Oh, so
if
I
all
guess
that
they
you've done is
cauterize
cut
them and put,
them
like, a stopgap
cauterize them.
in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you just cauterize them,
yeah.
then they can be there cauterized, but they're basically still touching each other.
Right.
So like basically
heal
the point is
together
that
and
their
heal back
body
together.
will heal
Life
itself.
will find a way.
Yeah, that absolutely-
exactly.
you know what? Absolutely, that makes
which on
sense.
the one hand is pretty cool.
Right.
The body does that,
Right.
but on the other hand, you don't want that.
Well, why doesn't the body do that in other respects? It's like,
Well, I'm sorry that
why
you're
can't I grow
diabetic.
a
I'm
limb?
not telling you about your problems, but you know.
No, we're talking
My
about
balls are
yours.
fixing themselves.
I'm
'cause they're
incredibly
winners.
intelligent and incredibly dumb because I think part of my mind just thought they were like spaghetti strands just flopping around in your nutsack.
Oh yeah, no, they're like right there, like chilling.
connected to the
They're like-
meatballs. and
They're more of like it's like a
It's
Lady
all
in the
dick.
Tramp scenario. They're like their lips are touching and they're just waiting to make cum again. You know.
Well, like listen,
babies.
like I told you, like you're beating me out on this by about a month.
Yeah.
I am also getting my shit cut this year, so I'm glad that I get to at least
Man,
prep
I'll
myself.
tell you, I don't want to do it at all. But like, I want to do it because I don't want to have no kids.
Yeah.
But it's like at the same time, it's like I mean, I don't even give a shit about like the awkwardness of it is
Right,
whatever. It's like
right.
fun on my balls if you want. I
Right.
don't care. You're getting paid very
Right.
well for that. So
Right.
God bless you, urologist.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like the pain of it. Because I asked him straight up. I was
Yeah.
like, listen, I read online that it's like 4 days you got soreness for. I was like, is that legit?
Yeah.
And he was like, no. He goes, you're going to not. The way that he worded it to me, he goes, it was about, because he had it done.
Yeah.
He was like, for me, it was about 2 weeks until I began
Yeah.
to forget that I
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
vasectomy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, you'll feel it.
Oh,
before then.
100%.
That said, he
It's going to be
also-
uncomfortable. It's not going to be like a pain thing.
Well, what he said, he goes,
It's
in
just
the
gonna be
first 24
awkward.
hours, he goes, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the way that he put it to me is that he did this procedure for his, like, blood brother.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he goes, after I did it for him, we went back to my house and we changed the garage door.
Oh.
And he goes, he was perfectly good to do that. But the whole time that he did it, he cursed me for hurting his balls. And I
This
was
guy
like,
sounds like a shitty brother.
yeah, yeah.
He also sounds like a shitty doctor. Like,
Yeah.
wait, was this behind the 7-Eleven?
It was, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, he's done a lot of my abortions.
it's a rich neighborhood 7-Eleven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So at least
Yeah.
it's sterile.
Still better than a doctor's office, more local, you know?
So, like, I remember when I was younger, like, people around me, like, adults getting it done. And, like, yeah, like, nuts are sore and all the shit moving kind of gingerly. And
That's what he
whatnot.
said. He was
Yeah.
like, you're going to feel it. He goes, you won't forget that you got it done.
Right.
He goes, you're going to be sore. Specifically, he said when you're getting in and out of the car, he's like, you're going to remember you
Well,
just
100%,
got this
because
done.
that's my
He goes, "It's gonna
job,
hurt."
essentially.
Yeah, exactly. And you're going to feel it every time. But he
I-
goes, the way that he worded it, he goes, when you're done,
Yeah.
and you like fully come to, it's gonna feel, and this is his word.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
goes,
boy.
it's gonna feel like a child just punched you straight up in the balls.
Oddly specific, but
Yep.
okay.
And he goes,
Yeah,
and
why
then
a
the
child?
next day, it'll feel like yesterday a kid hit you squarely in the balls.
Welcome to every day of your life.
So he was like, it's really not bad. But I mean, you do notice it. He's like, I don't want to oversell how this doesn't hurt.
Why
'cause it
wouldn't you
hurts.
notice that somebody is cutting into your balls?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
where is the scenario that, like, oh, no, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't, I forgot that my balls were touched.
Well, like,
Yeah.
listen, any surgery is
you went to Catholic
quasi-traumatic
school,
to
so-
your body, you
Yeah.
know, and it's like it's going to cause reaction. The one piece of advice I was always given by like people that I know that have gotten it done, it's like, you know, the doctor will tell you like X amount of time you go back to work. He's like, you take the full amount of time you think you need because,
Oh, yeah.
like,
Yeah.
especially if you're like an active work style, like maybe if
Yeah.
you have a desk job, maybe
Yeah.
that's a different story.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna be taking it easy. Believe
Yeah.
me, I'm
Yeah.
a fucking baby about shit.
And where
So
my
it's
job is like
my
where I
balls hurt. I'm
accidentally
not doing shit.
Like I work in a job where I get in and out of vehicle nonstop. It's practically
Yeah.
my job, and I sit on my nuts sometimes,
yeah,
and that's
yeah.
like
you're
that's
maybe
painful.
gonna
Yeah, I
have to
hate
take a
that
minute
to
off.
happen. Yeah.
yeah. But that's the way that he made it sound. He was like, you're perfectly capable.
Oh no,
But he's
sure.
like, but you will notice that somebody fucked with your balls.
I mean,
how do you
that's
word
just
that?
a human thing. Like, you're human.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody fucks with your balls, you're gonna notice.
You're gonna know.
Like, it's gonna be a thing.
Oh, yeah. My balls just stopped hurting right now from when you ball tapped me earlier.
The tears have dried up since, but I've been crying for you the
You don't
entire
have
time.
moisture in your body for that?
Not anymore. No, I'm dried up.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that absolutely seems right.
So anyways, I'm going to go and get that done. I have to schedule it. It's still a whole thing. And believe me, tremendous trepidation about how that's going to feel.
Well, I'm gonna feed on that.
I'm
but-
going to do it. I'm not going to fucking see you, my dog.
Oh,
That's not
yeah.
fine.
Well, wait till you wake up from your surgery.
Oh my God.
He's going
Surprise,
in.
motherfucker.
Be very careful. I have an enormous amount of
No,
goddamn
when
firearms
you
in my house.
actually wake up from the surgery in the surgery room.
Oh, you're going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And it'll be like scalpel, like we're done.
Like, listen, we're men, right? This is like something our nuts matter a lot to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's to just the thought of somebody messing around in there. And
That's what I said to him. I was like straight up about it. I was like, nobody fucking fucks with my balls. Unless I'm getting ball tapped by this fucking gay motherfucker. But I was like, other than that, I was like, this is not a pain that I want to deal with. And even getting fucking ball tapped fucking sucks.
Right.
And now this is like a real thing.
But that's a pain
It's
that
like
he'll
the
deal with.
The inside of the nuts, you know?
A big thing I was curious about, which I mean, I hear it more with like our female friends and stuff like that. But like when you want to like terminate your ability to like procreate, like doctors can get real weird about that. You know, are you
It sounded like when you were talking to him, he's like,
Well,
"Oh, you don't have any kids."
That's why.
Why do you want to do
when
this?
he burst into the room and he was like, I want to give you a lot of time. I wanted to give you a lot of time to wait on this. No kids. And I gave him.
I'm
he
imagining
did spend
him-
about of the 30 minutes that we spent together.
Yeah.
10 of that was the opening.
Gotcha, yeah.
Where he was like,
I imagine
"Are you
him.
sure?"
I imagine
And I told
him
him
coming
straight up, I
into
was like,
the medical room like Kramer. Like, whoa!
I mean, I hope not.
You want to turn?
His hair was a
children.
lot better. His hair was a lot better. Yeah. But no, I mean, it's also that's age related too.
Absolutely.
So it's like I'm 37 years
Yeah.
old. So it's like he was like, you're of the age
Yeah.
where you can make this
Oh,
decision.
100%.
Maybe if I was 27, he would have said different. But my
guess-
bottom line to it, he was like, just so you know, he was like, the procedure is reversible, but it's very expensive. And it's
Incredibly
not guaranteed.
expensive, and it's not 100% guaranteed.
The analogy.
Whereas
The operation itself isn't 100% guaranteed.
Well, nothing.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
He used the analogy. He was like, right over here. You see this wall? You know, this tiny little fucking room that we're standing in. We're like basically chest to chest.
Yeah.
It's
this is a
examination.
closet.
Yeah.
We do
And
this
he's
here.
like, you see this wall right here? And he was like, this is the wall that we're building between your semen or your fucking your sperm and the and
So
you,
it's
and
just
you bust
made
the
out of
nuts.
spackle?
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I see it.
Right.
And he's like, this wall, it's easy to put up. It's hard to break down. And I'm like, cool. And then he does his whole fucking speech.
Yeah.
And my response to him, I was like, listen, if this was like Die Hard and this was the wall to Fort Knox,
Right,
sperm is
I
gonna
was like, it
crawl.
was made out of like reinforced steel and concrete, it wouldn't be strong enough.
Right.
I don't want to have kids. It's
Do you have a
hard no
titanium
for me.
option?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're-
No
like,
kids for
by
me,
that-
baby.
By that comparison, your sperm is going to crawl through the vents just to get to the prize.
Well, I don't like that analogy.
How secure can we make this without doing the full gelding?
yeah, fucking A, right?
Honestly, if I don't
I like
have
the
the
I don't know.
I like
want
the
a-
aesthetic.
If you
and I'd
want
like
a
to keep it
certainty
that way.
Chop it off. I
aspect
don't
to
give a
it, then
shit.
do
Yeah.
the gelding.
Yeah, what am I doing with that? Yeah.
And otherwise, like, why are you doing that? Just like fucking pull out.
Yeah, that always works.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, come on, Moses. Like, I'm pulling out. You know who I'm dating.
That's fair. But
It's not a thing.
she wouldn't allow you to.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's I got a lot of problems.
She wants all that Jew baby in her.
You get that leg lock. Oof.
Oh my God,
boy.
exactly. Yeah, what am I doing with that? What am I doing with that?
You gotta learn to wrestle.
Let me just take the 4-hour drive down to the fucking Costco to get their
Back to
$4
wrestling.
Plan B.
Let's talk about the Jersey Triad.
Yeah. All right. That's all that I have to say about vasectomies for today.
All right, that's a good segue into the Jersey Triad. And I think
Make it good.
Bam Bam Bigelow is an underrated
Oh,
wrestler.
just a clean segue like that. Okay.
Hard left turn, but okay.
No, we're talking
Say
about
your piece.
babies. I think Bam Bam Bigelow is not talked about enough in wrestling.
These days, how long has he been dead now? When did he die?
I don't remember,
The
but
year
it's
was
been a bit. It's been a
1982,
bit, but
and Moses has been carrying this cross.
Dan,
His whole
it's
fucking
longer than I
life.
remember.
I think Dan's going to help us out. At some point.
Dan will look at the
Yeah.
But I think Bam Bam Bigelow was a great big man wrestler.
He died January 19th, 2007.
2007. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So yeah.
Relatively, okay, it depends on what time means, but
That's a conversation for another time. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a
he's
different
been dead
podcast.
for a
We'll have
minute
a real
now.
deep existential
but he
podcast.
was a great big man.
Yeah.
He was like a great big man that made everybody else look great.
Yeah. He for a
He
brief.
was always like not like doing great, but he was
No,
never
no.
like he was never given like the proper titles he
But,
deserved.
listen, he was a Jersey guy for a brief
was a
period.
Jersey
for
guy.
a brief period of time, he lived right around the corner from me, about 5 houses away, in my neighborhood. He was cool until his kid sucked at swimming, and he tried to sue my neighborhood for not having a lifeguard on duty. But either way, when he was around, he always came to the parties and stuff like that. He was a cool dude.
He was
Friendly
this way.
dude,
I met him at a party once, and like I didn't know he was going to be there. Like I was going to a
Yeah.
graduation party of sorts, and it just so happened that somebody, I don't know how he was like related, but for whatever reason he was.
Well,
there.
yeah, he's from one of the old families.
yeah, like
around
the
here,
old
yeah.
families of the
Yeah.
Asbury area.
No, 100%, yeah.
And he like so fucking imposing.
Oh, big.
And like I've seen like a lot
Yeah.
of big guys, and like like I've seen a couple of wrestlers, but like as just like I didn't realize it was him at the time.
Right.
And he was so fucking imposing. And me being the dick that I was, even especially as a younger age, I was especially cantankerous and, and dickish.
Yeah.
And he was just like, you gave me a laugh. And,
okay.
And he defended me in a sorts.
Right.
Like it wasn't like he was just like he's just
No,
being
I mean,
a dick.
and
Like he was like he doesn't mean it. He was just like whatever.
He
And
entertained
he
you
didn't know
to
me
a
at that
bare
point.
minimum. And like my memories of the guy, like I was very young. I was a young teenager when he lived in the neighborhood, but like seemed like a cool, big fucking dude.
Oh, he's like
Big fucking
like
dude.
you see him on
All
TV,
those
and it's just
wrestlers
like
are,
remarkable how much bigger. Like
Yeah.
like
Because they were all gigantic. That's the thing.
But yeah, TV adds 10 pounds, but it's just like
it's like
you
looking
know,
at basketball players.
like,
they all
it's
look like the same
different.
height,
Yeah,
but
that's true,
they're
that
all
is
like
true.
6
Like,
foot
they're
5.
super-
So,
Yeah.
so you don't fucking know
Yeah.
how tall they are.
Like, it was just remarkable how fucking large. And then going back and like even a recollection from that, like before, like I met him, like just seeing him do these fucking moves, like.
Yeah.
You don't see a fat guy on a fucking top
in
rope.
full honesty-
And he was like fucking doing like frog
No, he was
splashes and shit.
actually fairly athletic for
Oh,
his size.
he was
yeah.
remarkably agile.
Yeah.
And it didn't make sense, but it like he fucking worked it and he was fucking great at it, and none of that gets talked about anymore.
No, I mean
Everybody's
it's fair.
like, I know there's like the heyday of fucking wrestling, but
But I mean, you know, I'm not as big as into wrestling as like you may be, but it's like even I hear more shit about Bruiser Brody these days than I hear about like Bam Bam Bigelow.
I have heard a little
Yeah.
bit of it, like and like just reading.
It's been like a whole resurgence about like
it's
his death
weird,
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, because
yeah.
like there's a lot of
Controversy
around that,
yeah.
but
Is he a rapist? What's the deal?
No, he
not
got
that.
killed
No,
in
it's
like
a different wrestler.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah.
yeah, there's that. There's that story, but we're not talking about that. I have nothing to defend there.
No. Yeah, no, it's interesting. It's funny because like I said, I don't know a whole lot about wrestling. I haven't followed it regularly since probably middle school. But like it's weird to have because like I have the neighborhood connection to Bam Bam, and then I have a weird connection through my grandmother to DDP.
I have
yeah.
some weird because they used to drive the sewer.
Falkenberg.
Falkenberg, yeah.
Yeah. My grandmother used to like babysit.
They were
for 'em.
big in Point. They like
Yeah.
they're still like I still see the trucks around of like Falkenberg.
No, they're still around. They're a tree
trees.
company now,
Yeah,
yeah.
now they're a tree company,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like it's got to be the same. Like,
It's
how could it be different?
It is the same old family, yeah. Yeah. It's funny. I mean, I've now exhausted my knowledge on wrestling stuff.
I haven't exhausted it, but I will digress to.
Okay, thank you.
I think it was Sweden or some Nordic state.
Before we get off Bam
Yeah.
Bam,
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to bring this up because I find this to be hilarious.
Oh, please do.
All right, so I'm reading a snippet from an article from the Asbury Park Press.
This is Dan, the producer.
Yeah, they know.
Do they? It's the second episode.
All right, so this article had already concluded about time that he had spent in jail.
Yeah.
Bigelow did end up going to prison again, but this time it was a Mexican prison.
Oh, shit.
Man,
It's pretty funny, he said.
more rough. Yeah.
I answered an ad in the Asbury Park Press.
That's mistake number one.
You
This
got
guy,
caught on a Craigslist.
this guy was looking for a bounty hunter.
I can see Bama, like Bama.
Imagine
great
being
fucking
that
bounty
down
hunter.
in your dumps where you're just like perusing the back pages.
Like if somebody's coming after you, and it's like Dog the Bounty Hunter and Bam Bam, who are you more afraid of? It's Bam Bam.
Yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter, I'm not afraid
Bam
of him
Bam's got
because
tattoos
He's
across his
already
fucking
in jail
skull.
in a Mexican prison.
Let Dan,
Dog the Bounty- yeah.
let Dan finish the story.
His Mexican wife had run off with their child. He wanted me to locate them.
Oh, boy.
Apparently, somebody tipped off the police, and they were waiting for me.
Tale as old as son.
Bigelow served 6 months in a Mexico City prison for impersonating
shit.
a bounty hunter.
Wow.
Wow. So he went down to Mexico proper to do this.
Where did he get
At least
arrested?
he's a big guy,
Does it say
yeah.
where he got arrested? Like, was it in Mexico or?
Oh, if he ended up in a Mexico City prison, he had
It
to
had
go
to have been
law was
Mexico
broken
City.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's. He probably owned that prison.
And this is why you don't answer ads in the Asbury
Oh,
Park
bingo.
Press.
That's why I don't respond to texts, even from you guys.
Yeah.
It sounds glorious at the time, but
Right.
don't pretend to be a bounty hunter.
No.
Not everyone is cut out to be Colt Seavers from the Fall Guy.
No.
Yeah, but if anybody is, it's Bam Bam.
Oh, yeah.
Bam
you would
Bam's
think.
got the best chance that any of us have.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's wild. I don't think I ever knew that story.
I didn't know that at all. Yeah.
Holy
That's
cow.
terrific.
I mean, listen, like 6 months. I mean, obviously it's not a
That's
long-term gig, but that
still a
ain't that's
long-
nothing to sneeze
It's
at.
probably about like 2 years with the conversion rate.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Wow. All right, so I'm going to segue a little bit.
Yeah, please do.
All right.
I want to talk about the video that some of us watched called Breakfast of Champions.
Okay.
Oh. I'm going to be a virgin to
I
this.
I want to
Pre-
say that 2 out of the 4 of us have seen this video
I am
recently.
privy to the video.
So I'm gonna,
I didn't know that's what it was called.
Oh, tell us a tale, Papas.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so, like, you know when you get a girl and you want to bang her in the ass?
Oh, are
but,
you
like,
describing this?
Yes,
Jesus Christ. All right.
You guys need to work this out beforehand?
Yeah,
No, just let
Moses,
me,
you
let
got
me
it.
do this.
Okay.
Yeah, get
Let me
it,
do
girl.
So, you're with a girl of the evening. And
Is she a hooker? What are you saying?
I don't know. Like, who's to say? That's
You're-
up to her.
you're banging
That's
some
up to
girl
her.
you don't know?
I'm not
I'm just
banging
trying to paint a
anybody.
picture,
I'm
my
eating
dog.
cereal.
Yes.
Build
all
the
right.
scenery for me.
Yeah,
Build the
what-
story.
is this a hooker
So,
or not?
so we're on a bed. We're on a couch. Something comfortable. Something.
Okay.
Who's the bitch?
The bitch. The bitch is the bitch.
She's a hooker or no?
She could be. She might not be.
Did you give her money or not?
I don't know. It wasn't an
a weird
OnlyFans.
night.
It
It's a
wasn't.
weird night,
It wasn't
yeah.
an OnlyFans thing. So
Okay, so maybe you're gonna give her money.
there's
maybe you
another
aren't.
girl here. There's another
Okay.
girl here, and she's the one stretching out the anus.
Oh, full on into gaping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're-
I'm glad
you're
you brought
not
that
doing
up.
a great job.
I'm glad you brought that up because it's a lot of gaping. It's the cleanest asshole I've ever fucking seen from the inside. Like I haven't seen a whole lot of assholes from the inside.
Okay, I mean,
But-
that's good.
It's not the way it
It's-
sounds.
It's remarkably pristine.
It sounds like you've seen many.
No, it's like I wouldn't be surprised if the original Mona Lisa is in there.
Oh,
Behind
wow.
glass,
So
but-
are we getting like echo if you were to shout into it?
I think you could get an
Okay.
echo.
All right.
But so we
Just for scientific
we
purposes.
pour the cereal. These are fruity.
How is cereal?
They're fruity. Well, yeah. They're fruitios. They're fruitios. They're not. I don't know if I could say. Fruit Loops. Can I say Fruit Loops? All right. So you put that in, and then they pour some milk
Is this
in.
going into a bowl or in the gaping ass?
No, this is the gaping. The
Okay.
gaping ass is the bowl.
Okay.
You are doing the worst job of describing.
This is how I saw it.
Okay. Okay.
And so, there's the girl like
Like what?
there's some sort of mechanism gaping, like a speculum
Oh, okay.
of sorts.
Yep.
that is stretching.
That's
the
not-
hole. Is it not a speculum?
Oh, you know what? I let him finish, and I can't wait to hear
I think it's a
Probably
speculum.
the
Yeah,
accurate
no,
version.
that's fine. Yeah, go ahead, Moses.
And so they pour the cereal, and they pour it out of a big box, which is, it's funny, just because like it's ridiculous seeing.
May I go now?
No, and so then they pour the milk in there, and then they're scooping the milk out.
Yeah.
Like she's doing these gaping exercises.
You're not even describing eating cereal well.
Well, everybody knows how to eat cereal.
Is this podcast to be called of nuts and butts?
It's like that.
That's not bad. Like, 'cause the last one was nipples, wasn't it? But they're I have to imagine there's one spoon, because why would you waste more spoons? Because
yeah,
they're
why
sharing a
would
spoon.
you?
Like if you're eating out of an asshole, why would you need 2 spoons? Like,
question for the ages.
somebody spit out on my spoon. Like they're just scooping it out and eating it. Like
Okay.
between. It seemed like the cameraman, but it doesn't seem like it if you watch it long enough.
Lose the minutia. Just keep the story moving.
But yeah, they're just eating, and they eat all the cereal out. There's still milk because there's always milk, and that's where that's where it ends, and that's where my curiosity begins. Like, does somebody tilt her back and drink the milk? Which I was like, well, I wish they would have used Cocoa Pebbles.
Okay.
No, it's chocolatey.
Now, I get that.
It gets in there.
I wasn't lost. The joke wasn't missed. Can I describe this properly now?
Yes,
No,
I'd like
yeah.
to hear your iteration of
Okay.
it.
What did you see?
So, anyways, Jim sent us a video.
Yeah.
And in this video,
Nobody knows
you've
who Jim
got
is.
That's all right. They don't need to.
You've got 3 people:
They will.
2 females, 1 male.
Okay.
1 female. Everybody's white in this scenario, if that's relevant to you.
That kind of makes sense.
I'm painting a picture.
You made it
and,
relevant.
So the 1 female, she gets into that position where her legs are all the way back, so she's kind of up on her shoulders.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And her legs are all the way back. So we're talking about ass all the way up in
Yep.
the air.
Yep.
Well, it's a gravity thing.
Toes touching the ground. Can I tell it? Toes touching the ground, shoulders touching the ground.
Yes.
She's just like in that full flex,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
And so just
not
like
touching
ass
the
up.
ground.
Obviously fucking balls ass naked. And they proceed to put one of those like gaping tools, like a fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a
Exactly
spreader,
what I
I think it's
described.
called.
Yep.
It's
They
a
got that
spreader.
in there, and I don't know how else to say it, but they just stretch this girl's ass out for like fucking like 4 or 5.
I don't
inches.
think they were really
It's
stretching
insane.
her ass out. I think that was like,
Well, whatever
her,
it was.
her asshole was kind of like
Probably
about
on the
that.
verge
Yeah.
of prolapse to begin with.
Yeah, so it's something like that. So now you get to where we were
She
at with
seemed
Moses'
to have
story.
great control about.
And so,
her.
anyways, we're just like full on, just look inside this person's body sort of scenario. And indeed, as Moses described it, they pour some cereal in there, and then they pour some milk in
Oh,
there.
they poured a cereal in dry first?
They
Yeah,
dry first, yeah.
It was cereal first, and then that's
Can I-
not
can I
how
tell it?
I.
Can I tell it?
That's not how I.
Can I
pour
tell the
cereal.
story?
What freaks? The cereal
And,
first.
Yeah, I do milk first. You put the cereal in.
And then they
that way it'll get soggy.
then they pour the milk in,
Do it.
and now you've got an anus full of cereal. Yeah. And the other female there, who's been waiting by the wayside,
For cereal.
she proceeds to belt out a spoon, and
How do you belt out a spoon?
she just does it, and she proceeds to serve the man, and it's just cereal getting served for the rest of it. While they all giggle together.
She was taking her spoonfuls.
Was she?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Well, you didn't watch it.
No, I didn't want to watch it. It was disgusting. That said, I will agree with Moses, who's a very clean ass. I'm not gonna.
It was pristine. It was pristine.
She did her prep work
Yeah,
before.
absolutely.
I
But
think they all did their prep.
my
work.
response to that is that they're porn stars, obviously. I mean, not that people shouldn't have clean asses, but you know what I'm saying. Like they were, they went above and beyond. It was a delightful scenario.
If you're gonna
of
eat
3
cereal
people
out of an
enjoying
ass,
some
that's
cereal
like,
out of an
yeah.
asshole. And this is what I was sent the other day by Jim.
I mean,
I
that-
did not watch the whole thing, unlike yourself. And when I showed it to you, I was shocked that you watched the whole thing. Mr.
Well, I thought it was
Moses.
going somewhere.
So,
Yeah.
all right.
Where would it have been going other than eating a bowl
man.
of cereal
I
from another
imagined him
person's
sticking his
asshole?
dick in, and there were going to be Fruit Loops on it.
Wow. All right.
That
so,
wouldn't have been better. That would have
as-
been worse. There
as
was no
heinous-
sex in it.
Have you never seen David Blaine?
Also, could have been a Fruit Loop cock ring.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you are.
So
Follow your nose.
with just the way my stupid brain works, It's not so much that my brain goes to like the logistics of having to live with whatever the pre or post consequences are of these things.
Yeah,
it's like imagine having to try to walk around with like an asshole that just prolapses itself out because it's so spread all the fucking time and shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
What
not
are your
for nothing,
shits like?
I mean,
Well, you tuck it back in.
I know that.
I don't know how the shit's come
on the
out.
flip side of that, she's like down to get banged in
It's
the
like
ass. And that's
it's back
pretty
at the
cool.
start, but
On the flip side, though,
I don't think she's gonna have a prolapse ass because that thing's been stretched out. Like it's like she might cough it up.
Oh God.
I think nobody wants that though. Yeah,
Like it looked as tight as the. Like, I don't know the insides of an asshole, but it looked.
It sounds like you
seem
do.
tight. They seem tight. Like she was being spread by a speculum, so it was like it's forced.
Is that what
open.
that's called?
That's what it's called. A
How do you
speculum.
know that?
Because I used to be an ENT.
You were spreading assholes for a living?
No, it was noses. It was nostrils. But it's the same fucking thing.
I'm like, what kind of ENT?
It's the same thing you use in OBGYN.
I like to come in from the other side.
Like, what kind of ENT were you?
The best kind.
All right, girl, get your feet in the stirrups. Let's do this. Yeah.
It's the same thing as like OBGYNs use.
Well, yes.
That's what the
Right.
tool is called, a speculum.
I'm sorry, it just sounds like you're spreading assholes.
A hole is a
How do
hole is
you
a
want
hole.
me to interpret that?
This is
You're
still
like,
called
oh
the same
no, that's
thing.
how I spread asshole. What do you want me to say?
Well, big shout out to Jim for enriching all of our lives.
Oh my God!
Don't
It's
give him
so
credit.
Shocking. Like I was.
He's
like,
gonna. You know what? Give
You
him
know
credit.
what? My thing
Give him
about that
credit.
though is like he found that because he was trying to come to something.
Right, yes.
Like straight up.
He didn't find
So
that. He
why-
had that. He had that.
How are you
Personal
coming
collection?
to that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
he had
are
that.
you fucking coming to that? Because, like, for real, for myself, it's like I watch that and it's like, don't get me wrong, that's weird and entertaining in its own way, but like that doesn't get me off.
He's getting desensitized.
That's not my thing.
Like,
you know?
no,
he's
being
going too
desensitized.
far.
I don't
he's
want
like,
to watch.
he's
Like,
numb
when I
to
think of
just
like,
regular
oh man,
porn.
like what's
He's
really
numb
hot?
to fucking
It's not women with
any-
cereal in their assholes,
No.
because they're so distended. You know, it's not a thing.
Oh,
It
God.
wasn't distended. It was just her fucking asshole.
It was.
It wasn't distended. It was in her ass. Like, that was her asshole. That's what it was.
That's too
And it was
big of an
spread out.
asshole.
Yeah, well, an asshole could stretch. Like, you get turds coming out.
Well,
It's
my
the same
dick
thing as
isn't
a
that big,
vagina.
Moses. I
It
don't know
can
what
get-
you want me to
it
tell
can
you.
get as big
My
as
dick
as
is
little
not
as it
fucking
needs to be.
4 inches in diameter. I can't satisfy that girl until
And
I
look
feel
at your
inadequate.
mouth, and you still talk out of it.
I do. Well, yeah, my mouth is bigger than my asshole, and I hope that
Is it?
everyone's is.
I don't know.
Except for yours.
It still
faggot
smells the
fuck. Dan, edit that out.
It's all going in. It's all going in. There is no.
Oh, I know it's all going in. That's the conversation.
It's all going in with a bowl of Fruity Pebbles.
That's the name of the episode, Fruity Pebbles.
Oh my God. Then you got to see a doctor.
I mean, like, listen, like, there's just, for me, there's like a level. And like, we're getting old. I've seen a lot of porn over the years.
I've seen some.
But it's like gaping assholes. It's like,
that's not for
it's
me.
just like,
and to that level,
It's not for me, but that was like interesting and just stuff like
I didn't
watching.
think it was
like, I'm not
interesting, my
jerking
man.
off to this, but like why would you do
I'm
this?
definitely
and
not
like,
jerking
who is
off
this
to
for? And I'm like, I
it's
gotta
for
see to
Jim
the end.
and apparently for you.
I don't get off on that.
You watched till the end.
That guy was not naked.
oh.
Okay. All right.
Is that your limit? It's just the guy isn't naked.
Oh, that's
so
when I turn it off.
that's when you turn it off.
Yeah, that's when I turn porn off. Like, oh, there's a guy. Never mind. I don't want to see any of that dick.
No.
Straight as the
Just an asshole that's 4
straight
feet
as
wide.
The Catholics
And
are
we're pouring
straight.
cereal into it.
Well, it
You want
could've
to know
been a-
that ass can take it,
I
right?
don't like Fruit Loops. Like if it was Fruity Pebbles,
So
fine.
let's test this limit then, Moses.
Oh, boy.
Let's go.
There's no guy in the film.
Just
I guess
3
the
girls.
movie.
Eating
No,
cereal and
I'll watch
ass.
it.
no, just one horse
One horse
and one girl.
I don't. Horses are weird.
There you go. We've established another limit.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
glad there's a boundary.
Yeah.
So not a fan of Mr. Hands, huh?
I don't know what that means.
Good. Don't Google it.
Now I have to Google it. God damn it.
Yep, you're gonna regret it.
Oh,
If you Google it, just
I feel like
throw
he
your
doesn't regret
laptop.
anything.
Yeah.
no, I'll still. Hold on.
Don't do it on there.
Yeah, you would have to throw that into the ocean. I think.
Is it? Like, it's not kid porn, right?
Get that?
No.
All right.
What?
It's a guy that died by being fucked by a horse.
Hey, do you see him die?
Why would Justin know what can't know a specific kitty porn thing? Jesus Christ!
I only know that because Joe Rogan told me so many years ago.
Is it Mr. Hand?
Mr.
I like that your immediate compulsion was to go and watch it. That's weird.
And on Google, of all things, too. The most...
Go ahead, FBI.
No, go.
I dare you to follow
Get
me.
your horse porn. That's cool. Whatever you got to do.
I don't.
There's other
know
browsers
what?
to use if you're going to be
Like
looking up
watching
stuff
horse
like that.
porn?
You're going to
You're
have to
literally
go into the
searching for
deep web to find these
Yeah, I
things.
don't have access to that. I want to watch this. It's
Save it for your personal time.
He's got Google.
And get a VPN.
Oh, God. Yes.
Why?
Yes.
What do I?
Does any VPN want to sponsor us?
Yeah, this would be a great opportunity to plug it.
Sponsor Moses' horse porn fetish.
Well, it's not a fetish yet. I can't bring it up.
When Moses needs to look up horse
you
porn,
can't without the fucking horse porn, you fucking
I
horse
saw a
fucking
hand with
faggot.
googly eyes. and it
Wow,
looked like a Muppet.
control.
It looked like
Control
a stripped down Muppet. That's all I found. And I couldn't get it
I'm
to play.
so offended
That's
by
good.
all
Let
of
that
this.
just be what it is.
Well, I want
forever.
to see what that is now. I don't
Of
care what
course you
were talking
would.
about.
It's not great for an audio medium.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Just
It
looking
just
for the
plain
video.
lays.
yeah, we're already going to have enough of a problem with
Right.
being rated a certain way
Yes,
on
yes.
like Spotify and
As
all
long
that.
as that
Can you
can.
please not play?
It's going to be rough. If you are finding this podcast in the future, God bless you, whatever you're
this
listening
might be
from.
it.
But
It is
This
fairly
might be it.
amazing.
It looks like
actually.
somebody
please,
talking about
no,
it.
please don't.
Well, fortunately,
Is that
the
the five?
audio
Is that what
seems to
happened?
be
Watching
off.
it? Are you watching horse porn?
I'm watching a guy go into an
Can
emergency
you
room.
not watch horse porn
While we're recording the podcast?
while we're doing the fucking?
It's only porn if you're sexually aroused by it.
That's not.
Know the law.
For real, Moses, can you not watch horse porn while doing? I cannot wait for
Is this
Nancy to hear
Mr. Head?
this. I cannot wait for
No,
Nancy to hear
no, no,
this.
no.
Maybe he's
That
just
might be a
talking.
guy
I'm
talking
going.
about, but
I'm
stop,
gonna
stop,
text
stop.
her.
Put it away. Put it
I'm
away.
gonna.
There's a
text
horse
her.
there now.
I'm gonna text her. It's a real thing. Like I'm really gonna.
The
text her.
videos from like the 90s, early 2000s. You
I have
would
no
know.
idea what this is.
No, then stop.
Yeah. I've never seen horse porn before.
Can't you just let something be a concept in your mind?
Nope. No, I gotta create it or watch it.
My God.
Very good.
Anyways,
yes.
cereal in the ass.
Cereal
and
in the ass.
Hyper distended anus.
Yeah.
And it was a weird thing.
Yeah.
That I saw, unfortunately.
I mean, unfortunately, you guys did see it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my mind had to, because of as I'm a visual person, had to fill in the blanks, and it's horrible.
Yeah. It's not good.
It's not as bad as you'd think. Like it's not like it's
I-
gross, but it's not as
I'm
gross as you think.
sure
It would
my
be.
brain is making the worst of the situation,
Oh yeah, that's true.
but still terrible. nonetheless.
I was on Instagram before on the medical thing.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw some
I love that
Some
shit.
fucking dude's knee was just outside of his
yeah,
body.
the
and I was
full-
just like, it took me a minute to realize that was his knee.
Yes, because it
And I
looks
was
like
just
plastic.
like, yeah, it looked like it was fake.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, that's his knee.
No, it's a full
Like,
protruding
that's his fucking
dislocation.
patella.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Yep. Yeah, I think we follow a couple of the same pages. That
Yeah,
one.
it was medical or Meditalks or
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it was just like, it's always hidden,
Yep.
so I always got to click on it.
Yep,
Like,
yep.
why wouldn't I?
No, absolutely. Forbidden
And
knowledge.
usually I'm just like, oh, why was this hidden? But that one I'm like, oh shit. Like I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at.
Yeah.
Like I thought they were like putting in some prosthetic.
It kind of, because it looked
and
very much like white
it
plastic.
looked plastic.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it didn't look like bone. Like
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is that? And
Yep.
it was so big.
Yep.
And like so like way bigger than I thought a fucking knee bone would be.
Yep. Oh, yeah. No, that one in
And
particular.
it was just
yeah.
like, and it took me, like, I was just sitting on the toilet, and I was just like, huh? Oh, where
yeah.
did
So,
it dawn
let's all
on me?
just take this in.
Oh,
Oh, you're doing that now. All right.
Oh yeah.
is okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I get that. Why that's called the
And
time.
Dana, I see your head leaning.
You know what? This is actually somehow worse than what my brain.
This
put
isn't
together.
terribly different from the medical thing.
This is not my favorite.
There's that cereal.
I thought it would be
Okay.
grosser, but it wasn't as gross as I've seen.
Hey, really, like when you watch it for the
Like I've
third
seen a
time,
guy
as
with
I
his
have,
head up some girl's
It's,
ass.
you got to
and
look
that's
at the
just like,
girl's
eh.
face.
Yeah.
She's got a good sense of humor about it. Because it's really
Yeah,
what this is. It's a comedy.
Yeah, she's getting paid $10,000 for that, plus the likes and
I
whatever.
kind of hate how the milk is coming up and down. And
Because she's laughing.
yes,
Well,
She's
if you
laughing.
paid attention to before they did the title, she was very,
I saw the title screen.
very adept in her anal persuasion.
No, not
Anal
for me.
persuasion.
No, oh God, no, not for me.
It's
Nope.
Let's take it in.
Oh God,
Drink
stop
and not in
laughing.
the way you
Stop
think.
laughing.
it's not sexually arousing, but it's interesting.
It's not sexually arousing.
Like,
Unless you're
I can't
into
jerk
that.
off to that, but I'll watch it. Just because, like, that's weird.
But if it was, Fruity Pebbles, you'd be into it?
I'd be a little bit more into it.
Also, the girl is not eating it. It's 100% the guy. There's like some sort of a
She
cup-
takes- no, she takes
had
some
the first
spoonful.
one. She had the first.
She
spoonful,
takes
and then
some
she was
spoonful,
feeding
they
it.
start sharing it, and then they eat all the cereal, and then there's just milk in there, and I'm like, well, what do you do with that?
It's not just milk in there. Silence.
Nope, I don't. Oh, I don't love how she just farted some fucking.
Because she's
it?
laughing.
It was just milk, and then some fruity pebbles came flying up.
Yep.
They weren't Fruity Pebbles, and have you never been lactose intolerant?
I have been lactose intolerant, and
That's what it looks like. You never see that end, but
yeah, okay, great. Oh, well, my life has been enriched.
with vitamin D.
No, Moses, going on about, what was it, horse porn you were trying to talk about?
Well, I was trying to look it up.
Your
but, I
affinity
can't
for
find
it?
I
Let me
can't
text
find
Nancy
it.
right now. I'm going to do it, actually. I'm going to text Nancy right now. I'm not even joking. I'm really going to do it.
Do it.
I'm really texting her.
Text her.
I'm not fucking around with you. I'm doing it.
Oh,
She's like, whatever.
gentlemen, what a week. Oh boy.
This is the second episode,
The second
gentlemen.
episode.
This is what we've become.
Yeah. Holy cow.
You're the one
guys.
trying to shove nipples down our throat.
That was a discussion.
Sorry we skipped over that. We're being better.
How? How have you been better?
Well, we didn't talk about nipples.
Nipples is infinitely better than talking about this.
Oh, you sound a lot like Facebook now.
This is like really.
What if they were trans nipples, Dan? Can I talk about them then?
That's what we were talking about.
Yes.
The entire time we were talking about trans nipples.
You should have talked about it this week when I was paying attention.
Yeah, maybe this time.
Told Nancy.
Oh no.
It's not a joke.
If I get
real
divorced,
thing.
I'm living here.
I did tell her. I'm not joking.
I hope you know
It's
that.
a real thing.
She'll divorce me for
real
that,
thing,
and
man.
I'm going to live here.
Well, I did tell her, so it's not a joke. Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be a joke when I'm living here.
All right. We'll
Always
see what
was.
she
It's gonna
says.
be a lot of jokes.
That's probably going to be a lot for her to unpack.
Oh my
Nancy
God.
has to study.
Yeah.
wanna
Well,
just
she's
fuck
probably
with
going to need to take a break from studying because that's a lot. My husband has been watching horse.
What the fuck? Oh boy.
Yeah, that's a real thing, though.
Well, I think we could use a palate cleanser. Anybody got anything completely different to
Oh, my
talk
God,
about?
Other than cereal.
Yes,
other
I'm
than
done with
cereal.
cereal for the remainder of however long this goes.
Yeah, no, I feel like we've covered it all.
And I didn't
Let's
even
get
eat
back-
cereal as a child.
Why is the American Badass a bad thing for the
It's not a
Undertaker?
wrestling podcast.
Nope, no, it is.
Is it, though?
No, it is.
Mostly about horse
We
porn.
talked a lot about Bam Bam Bigelow.
We gave him his due.
You're smoking a lot, Moses.
Yeah, well, I smoke a lot.
Just your goddamn piece about the American Badass.
Yeah, get
thing
it out of
with,
your system.
The Undertaker.
It's
So we
fucking
can.
garbage. It's a garbage fucking gimmick.
Okay, continue.
That's it.
All right.
It's just a garbage
I'm going to
gimmick.
let them go and just
Like,
drink
why-
while this is
That's all he's
happening.
got.
Why are you going to
Whatever.
be this fucking,
Refreshing my
like,
brain.
what
Yeah.
did you call it? A wrestling wizard?
You know what? I'm not even drinking that. Pour me a little bit of that in my cup.
Which he did.
Got you, baby.
And he was great at it. Like, that was his whole
Thank you,
fucking
sir.
gimmick.
2
They even included
shots of
somebody
vodka.
else.
Yeah.
And made
Hold
Gun
on.
Jacobs
Yep.
a
Hold on.
star.
We're almost appropriate. Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
Yeah, why were we doing American Badass? That's
We'll
stupid.
pour one of my standards.
It's stupid.
2 shots of vodka.
Vodka? Yeah, nice. Okay.
Yeah. There we are.
We'd like to thank. No, never mind. They're not
Our
sponsoring
sponsors?
us.
Doing it? Yeah. Who,
Nope.
who do you think?
Well,
Our sponsors, the Catholic Church.
Listen. Let's be real for a minute.
Yeah.
You're on the internet.
Yep.
You're completely unprotected,
Yep.
and you're searching for horse porn.
Yeah.
It's time to switch to ExpressVPN.
Yes.
ExpressVPN.
Absolutely.
Yes, directly.
Yeah.
No
If
idea
you're
what that
going to
means.
watch horse porn, you don't want other people knowing that. Other than your friends who are going to broadcast it all over the internet for you. 100%.
I just learned about
So when you go to expressvpn.com and
Yeah.
enter this promo code of horse porn, you will
Yes.
save 20% off, and we'll see some of that money. Maybe ExpressVPN.
Yeah,
I would love to see
ExpressVPN,
some of
hit us
that
up.
money.
We could really use your help.
Yeah. This horse porn does not sell itself. I'll tell you that much.
you need Peter to fucking
Well, I'd
sell it.
You don't need me to sell it. You're
You're
getting it on your own, apparently.
Actually, it was Justin that got. I didn't know.
Don't
what
throw
Mr. Hand
Justin
was.
under the bus because you like horse porn.
I didn't know what Mr. Hand was. I thought it was just a South Park thing.
All right. Well, I'm doing my send off because I'm very drunk and very
Yeah,
loud.
no, that's good.
Getting
It's-
louder, I guess.
Yeah, please, your send off, and then I'll take my piece.
It's been delightful hanging out with all of you, well, horse porn watching motherfuckers, I guess. It's weird. We all learned a lot of dark things about our friends tonight.
Yeah.
And it's been lovely. I enjoy all of you. This is, what's my name? Bo Burnham?
Bo something.
No, that's a celebrity.
I don't remember your last name, but Bo. But thank you.
Bo Barnett. Thank
Bo
you
Burnett,
so much.
yes,
it's
yeah.
been
You
delightful.
look a whole lot like a Bo Jackman.
Well, that's racist of you to say that.
Oh,
but
you
thank
just look like a horse to me now.
On my behalf, I learned a lot tonight. I didn't like any of it. But I'm just glad to be here with my friends. And thank you to Booze for helping me get through.
Suffer through it.
I enjoy the stuff.
The
And
movie, the stuff?
No, just the stuff.
I'll just
Like
yeah.
Just
that,
in general.
that long.
Are you talking about a horse cum? 'Cause that's weird.
He is.
Yeah,
Ah,
he
what's that
absolutely
like?
is.
Damn it.
Because
It
you
doesn't
look.
need to be about that all the time.
That's well. Then why are you so white?
I don't know what to say to that. I feel like I'm offended on so many levels.
And we'll ponder that for next time.
So,
Good night.
for Bo Bergdahl, whatever the hell your name
Yeah,
is,
yeah, yeah.
Justin,
Yes.
Moses, I'm producer Dan. Please subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss any episodes, a single second.
Yeah, you don't want to miss any of that.
Follow us on social media
Was that
at
all
Loud
right?
and Drunk on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And remember to stay loud and drunk. God damn you.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.